Lion's mane, the review. Oh, this is not the commercial. This is the real deal experience. First of all, I am Jackson360, your platform partner, your hustling homie, and this is a review on Lion's Mane. Now, when I first heard of the name and when I heard about this product, I was watching, I think, the Joe Rogan show. He was talking about enhancing your brain. You think better, you think quicker, you think smarter.
But Lion's Mane is a safe mushroom to consume. There are several clinical studies out on it treating mild cognitive dysfunction. But there's two mouse studies that I think are quite illustrative. And this is translational medicine. This translates from mice experiments to humans, where the mice were put into an arena and they went out a corridor, and they went one way in the corridor, they would find food, the other way is no food. Well, very quickly the mice learned, you know, you go out the corridor, go to the left, you find food. They injected it then with a toxic polypeptide that induces amyloid plaque formation that is a neurotoxin. Very quickly, after 2 weeks or so, the mice developed neuropathy. They got confused. They couldn't remember which way to go. It randomized. Upon giving these mice, again, mushrooms for a few weeks, they nearly re-normalized. This is a smart mushroom. Now, the tragedy that we face, I believe, as a society, is we have people like yourself, people like me. We're all going to suffer through neuropathy. We have a lifetime of a body intellect of knowledge that we're going to start losing. So what is the loss to society of our elders forgetting, not remembering? When you're depressed, you're not creative. And your immune system is depressed as well. You're psychologically, emotionally depressed, and you're not as creative. When you are happy, you are creative, and your immune system is better.
That's what I was interested in. And that's the whole of the hype. And I said, well, you know what? Let me understand a little bit more about these nootropics, because I'm very interested and I teach about optimizing the human experience. Do I think this potent? I think it's very, very potent. Let me see how many grams on here. It helps with memory, but it damn sure don't help with eyesight. 500 milligrams per capsule. It also has rice powder, vegetable magnesium. Not only was my short-term memory improving, my ability to draw vocabulary definitely was much more optimized. I was being identified as a loquacious speaker. The Lion's Mane, I think, is really good. I am horrible when it comes to remembering people's names. There's people that I walk up to or walk up to me and, hey, what's your name? Lisa? Okay, Lisa, I see you. Good to meet you. How about we hook up, and I'm like, I forget her name. I took one capsule, 500 milligrams. I did it 7 days straight, and I started to immediately feel something like day 2. But what I noticed, I stopped taking it for another week. After I stopped taking it, it seemed like some of the effects were nominal, right? It wasn't as potent, so they start to subside. They begin to be relinquished. This is very dependent on the consistency in which you're taking it. Now, from the research that I've had, i.e. YouTube videos and a couple of Google articles, it does not have a long-term negative effect. Like if you stop taking it, you're not going to just straight up and down like have amnesia. If you stop taking it for like 30 days, that some of the effects will begin to be reduced. Maybe I'll take something, one pill a day for 4 days. I'll take a break. I'll take 1 day or 2 days where I don't take it at all, because I never want my body to become overly dependent on something. Now we're talking about Lion's Mane and increasing the memory. So you didn't think I was going to forget to tell you some of the negative side effects, did you? Yes, there are negative side effects towards having a great or enhanced memory. If you have such a great memory, sometimes it may increase your fears. Let's say you had a bad traumatizing situation and it caused you some emotional pain, or you were rejected. If your memory is increased, it is very possible that you will be more fearful about moving forward if you are in similar situations. So your fear may increase potentially. 2, another negative thing is I believe there is a such thing as being too smart and too clever. So what happens is when we have too much information overload, sometimes we can procrastinate because it's called paralysis of analysis. You don't want to overthink situations. In fact, in life, sometimes this is why there are certain other quote-unquote herbs that are better for you, that are great for you, because sometimes it's great to get away from the rational thinking, logical brain, right? The life is not always about having the most logical problem solving skills and abilities. They have their place. However, there are times where you have to let that go, because if you are too smart or too clever and you remember too much information, the problem is this: it can block you from learning, or you have to unlearn some things. It can block you from growing, because sometimes the solution or to move forward or to grow and to be happier is not necessarily the things that you learned years ago. It may be a new way to approach something, or it may even be just a totally new piece of information. But in order to grasp that, you got to let things go. Prime example, think about, when you were a kid, or I mean, there are certain things that you learn to be successful, to get yourself through school, and 9 times out of 10, most of that stuff you learned in school probably doesn't even apply anymore, because life has changed, industries has changed. So you don't want to be constantly holding on to too much memory, because it can cause much frustration and stress in your life. So I'm going to encourage you, if this is helping you with your memory, that's a good thing. But I think it's very important that you also balance yourself by doing stress relieving activities, laughing, having fun, really taking a moment out to just breathe and be grateful for what you have. All right, drink lots of water and don't overthink it. All right, just follow your heart, follow your gut, and then hopefully you can use this as a tool and don't overabuse it and become dependent. When you take this or any other supplement that you're taking, consult with your physician. Drinking a lot of water, try to eat greens and vegetables as much as you can. In addition to, make sure you exercise every day, at least 30 minutes where you walk. So that way you still got a good healthy blood flow, and your body is doing what the hell it's supposed to do. All right. So I want to suggest that. Make sure you subscribe to the page. Maybe we're going to give you some more reviews, and we'll give you some more news about what we doing that's going to keep you happy and won't give you the blues. You dig what I'm saying?